That dude is burned up real good. And that guy's just straight up dead. Oh, he's not dead. Oh, spiders. Oh, spiders. Oh, boom, headshot. Oh, is that 2? Boom, 3-piece. Boom, archery master. It's clean kill. 2 shots, 2 spiders. That's what I'm talking about. Hey guys, what's up? Trey here. The sound over there is Declan mashing away at his keyboard playing Overwatch. This is officially 1 week of vlogs. Today is the 7th day, which is crazy to me that I don't know, a week's not a long time at all, but it just, when I put the first one up, part of me was like, maybe we won't even do this, maybe it won't be a thing, but, you know, hitting a week, I don't know, just feels big to me, and then, you know, I feel like before we know it, it'll be a month, and then like half a year, and then it's just gonna, you know, go by insanely fast. So I really liked Declan's response yesterday to my question, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, it'll be at the end of the video. It'll be somewhere on the screen. But I asked him what he thought about remakes of games. Specifically, the Skyrim re-release just came out, but just overall, what he thought of remaking games and just the kind of general, the recent kind of industry standard thing of just making games over again, or re-releasing games, or making HD re-releases. And he had a good answer to that. And then he asked me a question that I find to be like really a big question, but a good question, a really, really good question, which was, is it okay to be average? Is it okay to want to be average, to strive for average? That's a tough question, because it's a really multifaceted question. It's a very deep question. I personally don't think that anyone strives to be average. And that might sound weird. I think that might sound weird or come off kind of weird, but what I mean by that is we have to look at average. I think is the big thing is we have to look at what average is, because average isn't the same for every person. It's defined by the individual what average is. And I don't think anyone wants to continue to be what they think is average. Everybody wants to do better in life, but it's just based on what better for you is. And that depends on what country you come from, what part of your country you come from. For example, you know, what average is in New York City is not what average is in rural Michigan, for example. You know, those are different lifestyles, they're different types of people, and their average is going to be different. I don't think anyone just strives to be average, though. I feel like people want to be better within their own circumstances. If that means, you know, getting a raise and making another $1 an hour, for some people, that's making better than average. Excuse me, I'm making a vlog. The thing about being average is, there is no average, is kind of my answer, which is like a catch-22 or a cop-out to the question. But there isn't really an average. There's no one average. There's no one general, like, this is it. Average is different for everyone. And people all want different things out of life, and I don't think anyone strives to be average because there isn't a set average. For example, like if we want to talk about, you know, like what's average for me and what's average for Bill Gates, totally different, you know, standards of living, totally different lifestyles, totally different whatever. His kids probably want different things in life that I do, and they're going to think that one thing's average when I think something else is average. If you're talking about, like, as a country as a whole, like, is it okay to strive to be, you know, like a middle class family? Yeah, I think that's totally fine. But I feel like that's not really what the question is, or like what the question's about. I feel like people don't strive to be average, which I've said many times, but I feel like that's just not what people do. People strive to make their specific circumstance better. That's just kind of my opinion on the situation as a whole. I also think that being average is kind of something that consumes our culture as a whole, especially American culture, because we're shown the two total opposite sides. We're shown people who are rich and in the top 1%, like by the media. We're shown people who are rich in the top 1%, and we're shown those people who are in the bottom, like 1%. You know, we're shown very impoverished people and very rich people. We're not shown the average man very often. You know, it's kind of just how media works. People don't want to see the people that are like them because they don't care. People want to see, you know, either reality shows with your, you know, your really rich people, or people who are in a worse circumstance than them. We kind of have this culture we all expect to be extraordinary. And it's not a bad thing. It's not bad to strive to want to be the best at whatever it is you do. But just, we can't. We can't all be the best at what we do. We can all do our best, but we can't all be the number one. And that's not a negative thing. That's not a bad thing. That's totally fine. As long as people strive to be better than their personal average, that's fine. That's what you should do in life. You should strive to look at yourself and be like, I can do better. I can be better than what I'm doing right now. And you should do that constantly, every day.
Can you not bang the keyboard?
I think that's kind of my main point with Declan's question as a whole, is that we shouldn't compare ourselves to this general idea of average. And people should just strive to live their life to the fullest. Like, just, that's it, within itself. Don't look at other people's lives and compare what they have and what they do and what they are to yourself. Because there's no point in that, and it never is going to end well. There's always going to be someone who's better off. There's always someone who has more, who does more. That's always going to be the case. That doesn't devalue what you do. That doesn't lower your worth because they have more, or they are more. They're in a better position. They have, whatever. That doesn't change what you do and how you interact with your own life every day. So people have to go out of the way to kind of make those experiences for yourself just for the sake of having those experiences. Just for the sake of self-fulfillment, I guess. Of just to live your life to the fullest. There's no reason trying to be below or above average. Because at the end it doesn't matter. It just matters what you did with the time you spent on Earth. It matters who you spent your time with and the fun you had and the things you did and just the way you enjoyed yourself and enjoyed others. It's more important than putting yourself on this imaginary bell curve that doesn't even really exist, that we've created for ourselves. There's no point. It's not gonna make you happy. And that's kind of all I have to say about that topic. We got a new water fountain. That's pretty cool. Because some guy broke ours with his head. Not to name names, because I don't know his name, but I just heard the story. He just headbutted it over and over again until it broke. So that was something. That happened. That happened where I live. That's how college is. A guy gets drunk, smacks into a water fountain enough times, and then it's broken. But then we got a cool new one that you put your water bottle under. I just put this under it, and it has a sensor and fills it, and it's fancy. I always go cross-eyed when I drink. I have to look at the bottle as I'm drinking it. I don't know why. I've just always done that. Talking to cameras is weird. It's a weird thing that we do for fun. And it's just strange. 1 dinosaur, 2 dinosaurs, 3 dinosaurs. I only have 3. Waluigi, Count Mario.
Your attention, please. Are there any Polar Express passengers in need of refreshment?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Show you this. Okay. Oh. It's so hot.
It is quite hot. Mine's very hot.
I took way too much too, so it was just
I haven't drank one yet.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, not as good as last night's,
No.
but it's pretty
Still
good.
good.
It's pretty good. I'm happy with it. What was that? Alright guys, that was the end of the vlog for the day. Declan made a little sneak peek appearance at the end, and we had some hot chocolate, and it's delicious. We still have it.
Cheers.
that's the end of our first week of vlogs, and now I have to pose a question to Declan. That camera that faces the other way. Yeah.
Oh, that's Flash.
Sensor's broken. Never gonna record again.
Yeah, gone forever.
Where do you see YouTube going in the future, in the next 5 to 10 years? That's my question for you. And where do you see us going? Answer one of those, or both of those, or none of those in your vlog tomorrow.
Next time.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.
Click.
Lens shatters.